Have you got a moment? Need your input. Hey, boss. Just a reminder that we need to comply with the sports cost cap. We can spend, but only to a point. We'll need to keep abreast of our outgoings to ensure that we're within the rules. Or else we'll be in serious hot water and we'll suffer some big punishments. We'll be able to compete while staying legal, though. Take a look at corporate for more info.
It's fast and it's furious and it's sprint qualifying, slightly shorter than the Grand Prix format, but time to see who's going to be on pole for our sprint to come. And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend, so we'll see you all tomorrow. So it's all about speed in today's sprint, not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Max Verstappen starts on pole, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Charles Leclerc and Antonelli, Gasly, Norris, Ocon and Liam Lawson, Albon, Hadjar, Ollie Behrman and Hülkenberg, Alonso, Sainz, Lance Stroll and Valtteri Bottas, Bortoleto, Lindblad, Colapinto, Tramnitz, Perez and Dino Beganovic rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
Back of the grid is not what we're aiming for. See if you can make up a few places at the start. Okay, you've got front wing damage. This will have a major impact on performance unless you box for a new one. Okay, mate, don't worry about... Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix. Just look at that sea of orange. No surprises if I tell you we're here in Holland at Zandvoort for the Max Verstappen celebration party. It's a quick track and perfect for high speeds, high stakes qualifying. Welcome along to the Dutch Grand Prix qualifying day. For years, the passionate Dutch fans have been easy to find trackside in races across Europe. Here this weekend, it's even easier to find the Dutch fans as they have a race to call their own once again. A warm welcome to all of our viewers in the Netherlands and around the globe, of course, as we get underway for the Dutch Grand Prix. 2.6 miles then make up a lap here at a very wet Zandvoort circuit, where some tricky braking zones and sudden drops can make it all too easy to slide off into the gravel. 14 corners overall, a 678-metre main straight, and that will provide the best chance for overtaking. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Lando Norris and Leclerc, Piastri, Hadjar, Sainz and Alex Albon, Ocon, Gasly, Valtteri Bottas and Lawson, Bortoletto, Behrman, Arvid Lindblad and Lance Stroll, Tramnitz, Colapinto, Alonso, Perez, Beganovic and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, they've done so well this year, the 12th team, but that means that next year could be that little bit tougher, because as we all know, the better you do, the higher you finish in the championship, the less development time in the wind tunnel you get the following season.
Very good, Crofty, very good. And that's exactly true. You know, they'll have a lot more time than teams that have done better than them in the championship, and it all adds up. That extra time you can spend in the wind tunnel, that's performance, and the top teams would be wishing that they had that time, but it goes to this team. It hasn't been easy for them, like you say, but there is that silver lining.
Okay, back of the grid, it's not great, but let's make the most of it. Good luck. The energy store's depleting, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop. Okay.
A brilliant display of the Russell hustle. It's George Russell who wins.
Well, another race victory today, and you can clearly see they're starting to believe in themselves more and more. You get to a stage, Crofty, where you become very hard to beat as a driver when you keep putting in performances like this one.
And once all the hard work is over, and after lap of brilliant racing, it's time now to celebrate with our podium trio. And taking his place on the top step of the podium, he gave it some hustle. Well done to George Russell. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Okay, I'll be honest. These talks have been pretty painstaking, but we're making excellent progress. There are a few details to iron out, so when you're ready, start the meeting and we'll try to smooth over any final issues ahead of a potential deal.
I've heard back about a positive outcome on this one.
They call it the Temple of Speed, and the pilgrims have come to worship. It's all about the speed today. Qualifying awaits us. Welcome to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix.
You sat in P8, well done.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. A difficult race awaits these drivers here in Monza, but glory awaits too, at the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds up to 215 and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Verstappen, Russell, Behrman, Tramnitz, and Franco Colapinto, Albon, Hadjar, Carlos Sainz, and Lindblad, Perez, Stroll, Nico Hülkenberg, and Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Gasly, Lawson, Bottas, Bortoletto, and Dino Beganovic rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend. Anthony Davidson. Well, as many people expected, our 12th team have struggled a bit this season. But maybe there's a light at the end of the wind tunnel in the fact that they'll get more time in that tunnel for next year.
Very good, Crofty, very good. And that's exactly true. You know, they'll have a lot more time than teams that have done better than them in the championship. And it all adds up. That extra time you can spend in the wind tunnel, that's performance. And the top teams would be loving, wishing that they had that time. But it goes to this team. It hasn't been easy for them, like you say, but there is that silver lining.
Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there, it's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter, so you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance. Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive. Return the position immediately or we're going to get penalised. There's no overtaking during the safety car period. Green flag. Okay, good work. Great pass. Okay, so overtake is active. Overtake mode active. You're going to get more power from the hybrid system. You know how it works. Just use boost on the next long straight to get your way past. Gap to your teammate behind, 3.5 seconds. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, mate, boost mode if you need it. Boost mode if you need it. Okay, focus. We need to stay on form. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Time last lap, 1 minute 27.2. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Right, tyre wear is lower than we expected it to be. I want you to stay out a little bit longer if you can. Repeat, stay out, stay out. Copy. The Ferrari driver's just moved into first place. Okay, remember to pit this lap. Verstappen stopping now. Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Okay, 1 stop to go. Just 1 stop left in this strategy. Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. This is our true position. They've pitted as well, so warm up your tyres and get down the road. Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. Bortoletto's behind you now, and the time last lap, 1:27.4. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, the car behind has some front wing damage. We should be able to pull a gap. Let's go. Be warned, the floor is now critically damaged. Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.7 seconds. It's Perez ahead of you. Time last lap, 1:26.0. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 0.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, so that's boost mode available if you need it. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap, box this lap. That's 8th place, you're in 8th place. Okay, gap to leader, 18.3 seconds. Okay, that's Antonelli just ahead, push hard. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 0.8 seconds. That's Behrman behind you. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race, final lap. As things stand, we're going to be 12th for the championship. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special. And you can see how much it means to them, the drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always. But for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc, Charles Leclerc on top. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Okay, sent. Now we wait. Hopefully we'll hear back soon, but these things do tend to drag on. Let's keep our fingers crossed and just focus on what we can control. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.